Hey guys, Rex Overdrive here, and with Wonder Woman now in theaters, I want to talk about some more female superhero movies that we might see down the road. And we're getting a couple in the next year or two, with Captain Marvel being brought into the MCU, as well as Joss Whedon's take on Batgirl. I'm really interested to see how that comes out, as well as Gotham City Sirens with Harley Quinn kind of leading that whole thing. But here is my top 5 female superhero movies that we need to see. She-Hulk. Okay, I know, probably not the most practical or probable female superhero movie that we'd probably see, but just think about a ripped to shreds, badass woman just kicking ass on the big screen in green paint. I think that would be so awesome to see. And she has a comic book background as a lawyer, so you could really bring in that kind of like procedural element to that. Like, think of the Daredevil TV show, but maybe take some of those elements and adapt it to a big screen version of She-Hulk. And even some of the adaptations, I know a lot of the times with the Incredible Hulk, it's hard to have just scenes with him alone on screen because the guy doesn't really talk, but there's been adaptations of She-Hulk where she's actually fully able to communicate, and when she's put into that green transformation, she turns Hulk rage. Like, she's stuck in that transformation from the very beginning. She turns into that, so it's not like you have that dynamic where once she's green she can't really talk or communicate with anybody. She's a full-fledged character.
Oh, I'm feeling good. Feels like somebody's lighting my fire.
And I definitely think this could probably go the wrong way and just go that way campy route, but I think Marvel has just a really good grasp at that balance between campy, lighthearted fun, and just a pretty solid story to tell. So I think She-Hulk would be a pretty cool female superhero movie to check out. I would really want to see that happen. Can we make that happen, Kevin Feige? Supergirl. Okay, so she's been on the CW network. I think she's on her second season, and I've caught a few of the episodes, and it's a little bit too teenage. A lot of the CW shows kind of have that teenage drama stuff thrown into them, and I get that. But I really want to see a good Supergirl movie. Kara Zor-El, I think that's her Kryptonian name. I think if you bring in more of those Kryptonian elements. I think she was about 12 years old when she had to leave Krypton. She's like 12 years older than Superman, Clark Kent. And I really want to go back to Krypton and see more of that stuff. And I know Brainiac is mainly Superman's villain. Who knows what they're going to be doing with Man of Steel 2, if that's even going to happen. And if they decide to not use Brainiac in that Man of Steel sequel, I want to see Brainiac brought into a Supergirl movie, and you could bring in Martian Manhunter and kind of have that sidekick dynamic and have them team up against Brainiac. I think that would be really cool, but I definitely want to see more of those Kryptonian elements. Who knows, maybe even throw in like Cyborg Superman, where you have Hank, I can't remember his name, Hank something, but that would be cool. I want to see more of this Kryptonian world. Bring that stuff into the DCEU. I also would really love to see a Hawkgirl movie. I know she's not the most popular character. She's been on the Legends of Tomorrow show on the CW network. The CW network has all those DC shows. The thing about Hawkgirl is she has a few different types of origins, which I think would be really cool to bring into the DC extended universe. One of her origins takes place in, she's from the Egyptian. So you have all those Egyptian gods, all that mythology that you could bring into this DC extended universe. One thing about Wonder Woman that I really liked was bringing in that Greek mythology with Ares and all that type of stuff. So that would be another cool thing that I think would be so awesome to see in the DCEU, as well as one of her other origins is she's from the planet Thanagar. And that would be another cool thing to bring in. You have like Thor, he has that Asgardian, it's almost like Lord of the Rings meets like, I don't know, He-Man or something like that. It's kind of like magic but science, you know, he says that in the movie. But that would be another interesting thing to bring into the DCEU. And I want to see more of these like crazy, wacky planets and other races of people in the DCEU. All right, so after Avengers 3 and 4, we don't know where the MCU is going to be at, what it's going to be like. There's probably going to be characters that have died, who knows? But we need to start thinking about some of these characters that have been recently brought into the MCU, like Scarlet Witch. And I think it would be really cool to put Scarlet Witch in a movie with the Vision, if he's alive at that point. Who knows? Maybe Thanos is going to rip that gem right out of his forehead in one of these Infinity War movies. But put them in a team-up movie, or just a movie together. Maybe place it in Europe, in Sokovia, where Scarlet Witch is from. Give it that kind of supernatural vibe. I'm not sure what villain they would put her up against. I don't know too much from her comic book character's origin. I'm not too familiar with that, but I think she is for sure a character in the MCU that deserves her own movie, especially if she's going to be in this long term and well beyond Avengers 3 and 4. Alright, so easily the female superhero movie that needs to be made is a Black Widow movie. Come on, Scarlett Johansson, easily the most famous Hollywood actress right now. She's very hot in Hollywood right now. Even a movie like Lucy can make over $500 million worldwide. Let's not talk about Ghost in the Shell, but we need to get a Black Widow movie. I mean, who knows? It might be too little too late, I'm not really sure, but I would really like a Black Widow movie that really has the espionage feel. Like, think about a Black Widow movie that's pretty much like James Bond, but with Black Widow. I think that would be really cool. You could even put it in Europe, and she could be going up against Russians and, you know, a bunch of bad guys in Europe. I'm not really sure, but I think we need to get a Black Widow movie, and she is easily the one that most deserves it right now, aside from, you know, that Wonder Woman movie and Captain Marvel. Black Widow is next on my list to get done. Let's make this happen. Alright guys, those are the top 5 female superhero movies that I want to see get made. Now let me know what ones you want to see down below in the comment section. Guys, thank you so much for watching. Please make sure to subscribe for future videos. I'm Rex Overdrive. I'll see you next time.